Mike for Wine Weirdos. I'm here with Michael Christian from Los Pilares.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, and we're excited to be revisiting your BPN Sparkling Red Table Wine. This is mostly Cabernet Sauvignon, right?
It's 100%.
All right.
Cabernet from a brand new vineyard, Young Vines.
Right, out of the emerging wine region of...
Well, it's on the Rincon Indian Reservation.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
In San Diego County.
Yeah.
And historically, San Diego has been making wine for longer than you would suspect, correct?
Maybe the first vineyards in California, Vitis vinifera, were planted by the friars in San Diego.
Cool. So,
And it wasn't just that there was a vineyard in San Diego way back when, but also San Diego had a winemaking industry and a big grape growing industry.
Right.
Like the valleys were just covered in head trained vines. And
over
they were
100 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of it was for table grapes and raisins.
Right.
And a lot of it was for wine, and it's almost all gone now. It's really sad.
Cool. Was Cabernet Sauvignon a part of that, or
No.
it was mostly Muscat?
You had first was Mission Grape,
Okay.
which I hope to plant soon with my partner up in the mountains
Interesting.
to kind of recover some of that history. And another important early grape was Muscat, and we've worked with Muscat with what I think are wonderful results for
Right.
a couple of years, 3 years now, and San Diego apparently grows good Muscat. So we're searching for what works.
And we're talking dry Muscat here. We're not talking the sweet, goopy stuff that you might get out of Lodi or something.
Yeah, well, all kinds can, you can make all kinds of wine with Muscat.
Right,
It
right.
happens that we're making a natural sparkling wine, fermented in the bottle, like this, what we call BPN.
Right.
It was the name of our super secret project,
Right.
Black Pet Nat, because it's a black Pétillant Naturel, which is a wine that is fermented in the bottle,
Right.
with no added sugar, unlike champagne, which uses a dose of sugar to get
Right.
the bubbles in there.
Right. And so this one still has the yeast in there. What's that about?
We don't disgorge,
Right.
because we're lazy,
Okay.
and because I think
Full disclosure.
yeah, it's we're making small quantities of wine. It's really hard to keep the cost down. We want the wine to be accessible.
Right.
I'm making wine sort of the way I like to drink wine. I want it on the table every night. I want to pound a bottle of it.
Right.
I want it to be pleasant. I want it to
Right.
be interesting. I want it to
Right.
be honest.
Right. You don't want to be too afraid to open it because there was another $100.
Yeah, we're not trying to
Right.
make wine to collect, but we're trying to make wine
Right.
that's memorable,
Right.
and that year after year is an attempt to find
Right.
the meaning of growing wine grapes in San Diego.
Right.
What should we grow? Why should we grow what here? How should
Right.
we vinify it? And so anyway, we don't disgorge because it saves time and money. But there's another reason I like undisgorged pet nats, because they age well on the lees.
Cool.
If you want to wait, you can get lees influence like you would from a vintage champagne,
Wow.
or you can drink them fresh, or you can drink them fresh and like roll them across the floor and stir up the lees and
Yeah.
put hair on your chest, and it's good for you.
Awesome.
The lees also add texture. It makes for a wine that's kind of got a salty, crunchy
I agree.
texture.
Yep.
Which makes you want to reach over and grab this little piece of saucisson sec.
Yes.
Eat it up.
Yep. Yeah, what a great pairing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is really a food wine at heart too. And again, the low alcohol makes it so you can have it for lunch, right? And then get back to work later in the day after a little siesta maybe.
You have the dry Muscat for breakfast.
Yes,
And then you have
clearly.
the BPN for lunch.
Yeah, and then you're all set. And then by dinner you can do whatever you want. I mean, I think it's really an exquisite wine. It's really graceful, elegant. And what's the price range on this? Like $26?
Yeah, retail is about $25, $26.
Which is amazing to me, because this quality, you have to go to Europe, and not just anywhere either. This almost reminds me of Loire Valley in a way. This almost have like that sort of there's almost like
Kind of a racy character.
exactly.
Light body and racy, like
it's
a
like
Loire.
you could see how it could age for sure, but I mean there is kind of that like Chinon sort of like grittiness to it in a way, especially on the nose when you jump in. I'm definitely getting fruit, but I'm also getting like a sandalwood character, and there's no oak influence on this wine, I'm assuming, but it's
no
almost
wood.
like there's almost like this nice almost perfumey, but more like a masculine perfume, you know?
Yeah, and
it's musky.
It some of these wines sort of push the definition of wine. When you drink it, it doesn't fall into a category. And I want people to take every bottling on its own merits. I mean, if there's something wrong with the wine, okay.
Yeah.
But if the wine is just not like something you tasted before, roll with the punches. You know? Go with it. It's
fermented grapes, and it's what you did with it, that vintage.
Yeah, and it's fun to drink wines that are outside of the common categories. I seek them out.
Yeah,
and I try to make.
I think beer fans have got to love your wines.
Yeah, the pet nats. Yeah, they definitely get a cidery thing. It's a little bit like a farmhouse ale. It's got a little sour touch.
It does
on the palate.
It's really wonderful. What would you pair this with? I think we were talking about this before on Twitter. I think Al Pastor burritos came up.
Oh yeah, definitely
that could work.
Street tacos, charcuterie, cold cuts.
Yep.
Even like a good bologna.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Like a croque madame would be brilliant too. I think it could stand up to the cheesiness, the tartness of the fruit. It's really showing wonderfully, just super elegant and crisp, refreshing, but it has some complexity too. It's not just a functional wine, although that's what you're working towards in many ways, right?
Well, yeah. It's when you sit down and eat dinner, your food is functional, but can also be delicious. And some people really pay attention to what they eat, but you eat it every night, right? You can't spend $100 every night for a plate of dinner. But you can care about what's on your dinner plate. Same with drinking wine.
And enjoy and appreciate it. Yeah. Well, I think it's really great to start to understand and sort of pick your brain about what's going on with the Los Pilares wines. And we'll be back with more Los Pilares and Michael here on Wine Weirdos. Cheers.
Thanks.